you guys know we just finished installing the entire B&M kit on the STI. Everything is done, the up pipe, headers, down pipe, the external wastegate, the plumbing for the turbo. Now, this video is gonna mainly focus on showing you guys how to install an IAG AOS with a rotated setup. Now, we're gonna do this with the IAG AOS pitch stop relocation thing that they sell on their website, and hint, we're gonna have to modify it, of course, because it's technically meant for an 08 to 14, and we're also gonna still need to do the plumbing for the vacuum lines for the electronic boost control solenoid, but that might wait to the very end once we throw everything on the car and I see where things sit. This is what IAG sends you once you purchase one of their relocation kits for the AOS. It comes with this thing that goes to the pitch stop, then this thing goes to the AOS, then there is a bolt that goes through the pitch stop, and these 3 Allen cap screws or Allen key bolts, whatever you guys want to call them. Here's my hardware. We'll talk about that in a second. Now, IAG on their website or in general will tell you that this thing needs to go on the driver's side or the right-hand side of the pitch stop if you're looking at the motor. Don't do that, it's not gonna work out. We're gonna have to do a modification to it to allow us to put it on the passenger side, and I'll explain why. Taking a quick look at the engine bay, it's pretty obvious why we're not putting the AOS on the right-hand side. You have heater core hoses, hard AC line, fuel lines, and then here, empty space. Now, something else that's really important to mention, I am no longer gonna be running coolant through the AOS. And why? Well, you have this huge turbo here generating heat, and I think that will be sufficient to prevent condensation forming in the can. And that's the whole reason they run coolant, guys, to begin with through the can. 200-degree Fahrenheit coolant is gonna be running through the can, ideally preventing those oil vapors from condensating in colder climates, but I live in Southern California. Like I said, in theory, this should be hot enough, at least ambient-wise here in this corner, to prevent that from happening, and it cleans up the engine bay. You're essentially going to take this hose that runs all the way down from the water pump up across the block by the coolant crossover pipe, and you're gonna plumb it right here. This was the OEM line that goes to the back of the head, and you're just gonna loop it like that. And if you still wanna run coolant, that's fine. You're just gonna take this line, connect it to one of the hoses on the bottom of the AOS, and then from the AOS to the back of the head here. And that's pretty much going to be the entire loop. First thing we have to do is remove this red piece from the back, just because we are no longer gonna be needing this thing. I already cheated, so I already know how this is oriented because I also drew lines on it. You're gonna have the 2 curved edges here line up, and then you're just gonna put your new hardware straight through. And in case you're wondering why you just can't use these, it's because they're not long enough. I've tried, trust me, I sat here for like 3 minutes and look, not going anywhere. Woohoo, 10 mil. This thing can now move. I'm also gonna just move the ground strap for now. This is the ground strap that goes, I think, to the transmission. Cool, cool, cool. And finally, the pitch stop bolt, the back one at least, because this is where that thing's going. And then once I see that it actually fits, or if it does or doesn't, then we can keep going with the AOS. Routing shouldn't be bad because I already know where everything goes and I labeled everything, which is what I recommend to anybody. It just makes life, man, so much easier. I think this back one doesn't have a nut, if I remember correctly, but the front one does. But we shouldn't need to touch the front. All right, I should be able to bend and pull this thing away actually a little bit, which is good. Here's the orientation. We have the flat part and then this protrudes outwards. And I think that's how we're gonna run it. I think it's gonna be something like this, because the back of the AOS is gonna go here, and if normal configuration for the back of the AOS is this side, you're gonna pretty much be clocking it at 90 degrees. That's gonna clear the ground strap there, which we honestly didn't even have to remove. Just makes life easier. And then we're not gonna bother doing this or putting this bracket back on. So I'm just gonna kind of push the AC line further that way. I was gonna wait to do this part, but I'm just gonna undo these 2 coolant lines since we're not gonna be running coolant anymore. Let me just make sure, yep, coolant and coolant. Okay, so the leftmost port and the middle port are gonna be gone for me. For those of you wondering, that is a 10 mil Allen key socket I just used. Oh no, we're making a mess. This is how the IAG AOS now looks like. This is our pitch stop bracket. As you can see, the curved part goes up and then the back end goes to the AOS here. We also rotated my competition conversion kit piece 90 degrees this way. And then now that we've deleted coolant flowing into the can, I've left these bottom ports open. And look how clean this looks. We only have 5 hoses. Everything's already labeled, so I know where everything goes. Now we can finally throw this thing onto the car. Now, before we time lapse through this, I do have to mention, you're gonna need to go to the hardware store and pick up a couple M10 washers. The supplied hardware that IAG provides, which is this M10 by 1.25 bolt. This flange is gonna wanna sit inside this recess. So you're gonna need to pretty much counteract that and stack washers. I don't know how many, I'll let you know once we're done. For those of you at home, we only needed one M10 washer. Now, as far as the hoses where they go, this one's gonna be venting to atmosphere. That's my big 1-inch hose that I have off to the side. Driver's side head for PCV on the valve cover. Oil drain, straight down. Passenger side head, and this is the oil drain as well. These two meet up like this. This is the 45 degree. This is the one that tees off kind of like that. I'm gonna do the rest of this off camera, and I will show you guys the final product. Here's the progress we've made so far. So the front mount intercooler piping is now gone because we're gonna get new intercooler piping fabbed up. Everything here is done for the most part. I just put these lines off to the side just so they don't get in the way. The only thing I'm now kind of worried about is if the throttle body is gonna clear where the AOS is sitting. We can't do anything about relocating the throttle body, obviously besides the forward-facing manifold thing, but we're not gonna be doing that for now. Now, as far as the water line goes, I connected the water line that goes from the back of the head. This is where the OEM connection for that lower coolant port on the OEM stock location turbo location was. And I just pretty much ran this line from the water pump that goes across the block right there. And we seem to have no issues, no leaks, so that's always good. Now, the next thing I'm gonna do is pretty much start assembling everything here. You guys have seen me do that a million times, so I'm not gonna bore you with those details. And then, once I'm done with that, I will show you where I decide to mount the boost controller and then route that vacuum line to the compressor, the boost controller, and I think that's pretty much it. Oh, besides that lower port on the wastegate, that still needs to go to the boost controller as well, which, like I said, I'm thinking about putting it here, but you know, things can change. And one last thing before we sign off, just in case those of you that are waiting for this, I'm going to pretty much remove these lines, unbolt this piece right here that goes all along the radiator because we're no longer gonna need it. I'm gonna grab this line, or this hose rather, and just go boop into here. We also need to make sure the two-way radiator cap is going to go here because now we don't have the upper coolant turbo reservoir, or whatever you want to call it. So this thing needs a two-way cap. Besides that, I think that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna cap off this fitting there and then call it a day. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. We've been making really good progress for just a day and a half, 2 days. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving for everyone that's watching again. And until next time, we will see each other on the next one.